evening, peeps. Welcome back to the channel. So tonight, round 9, Rallycross tonight. It's not, but it will be. We are at Big Willow Springs International Raceway at Big Willow Circuit. You can see the design there. You can see the circuit on screen. It's a dust bowl. That's about the size of it. Right, why has the stream decided not to run? Let's come on, sort yourself out. Let me pull up the points. Come on. Right. Here we go, we're running. Yeah, so you can see on screen the minis have got the challenge of trying to stay on the black stuff tonight. I think we should deduct points if they go on the black stuff today. I think they should do laps on the dirt. There may be one or two of those. Awkward circuit, this one. You can see drivers running it side by side through some of those long turns. We'll see how they get on tonight. Right. Points wise, after round 8 at Brands Hatch last week, Cutler still leading the way, 239 points. He's leading 38 points over Rob Scott, 12 in second. P. Gibb in third, he is on 197 points. So if Cutler wins tonight, he's pretty much taken it. Let's have a look. Fourth place, 193 points, is Luke Doherty. The man who doesn't brake, he just slides. Right, so we're just about to start a quali. Evening, Phil. I'll stop chatting to me, get on with your qualifying. So Luke's sitting in fourth. As I say, he destroys tyres race 2. We'll see how he does tonight. Zach Blackwell, or Blackwell 411, in 5th. He is on 184 points. Dan KBL in 6th on 169 points. Pajonski 7th. He is on 167 points. Thunderrat 7 on 146 points. Weiss, or BWRT Weiss, he is on 142 points in 9th. Graham Reeds on 134 points in 10th. Then we've got RA320 Racing in 11th on 128 points. 1805 in 12th on 95 points. Next Gen Bigsy in 13th position. He is on 89 points. D.90, late coming to the league on 49 points. Boomilar 74, 15th on 32 points, and CRT Burnfry 16th with 27 points. But a few of these drivers not racing with us anymore. So we have started qualifying. That's points as they stand up until now. Again, 2 races. First 15-minute kablamo around Willow Springs, and then we go for a reverse grid. Success ballast, the top 3 from last week actually carrying success ballast as well. You know what, I saw who they were, and then, oh, there you go, Weiss off-roading. Another driver behind off-roading. Let's just drop back a little bit. So let's go on board with P. Gibb down this start-finish straight into this first 90-degree long sweeping left. This is where you'll see drivers running it side by side through this long right-hander. You can get 3 car wide through here and running quite cleanly. You can see just keeping that nice and clean through the centre of the track. You imagine there was a car either side of him there, that would have been a great little shot. Into this left-hander up the hill, it's a blind apex, and then into the right-hander awkward. There's a little bump on the inside, and it just wants to chuck you out wide and throw you into that sand pit. So down the hill, into this left-hander. Again, easy to run wide into that sand. P. Gibb holding it on track over the brow of the hill. Little right-hand kink. And pretty much, let's see if they go full chap to the line. Might have to give it a little bit of feathering around the final bit of this turn. It does tighten up slightly. Hugging the inside in the minute, lets it drift out wide so he can get the apex for this final section. Just lets off in 5th, still drifting wide a little bit. Catches that apex. And heads back down this long start finish straight. What does he put in then, P. Gibb? That was a pretty good lap. Sticks himself up into 6 on that one. 1:23.2 for P. Gibb. So that's a lap on board around Big Willow. Like I say, great big sand pit, and you don't want to hit any of those great big lumps either, otherwise it means orbit for you. You'll definitely be able to wave at the people of the ISS, take out a few of those balloons at the same time. Here we go, that is the final turn. They're running around side by side, Bajonski and Cutler. Cutler just backing out of that one. Let's get out of this view. So Bigsy currently holding fastest lap. 1:21.8 for Bigsy. Holds on to that pole position at the minute for race 1. Doherty, we've just seen him throw himself off track. No, that was Bajonski. Luke Doherty's got himself up into 2nd. He does enjoy the first race format. No tyre wear, no fuel depletion, medium tyres only, so it's all out thrash for the 15 minutes. Purple sectors as well for Luke Doherty. So a lot of times coming in. Zach Blackwell's got himself up into 3rd. Just listening to a bit of the chatter during the week. Luke Doherty saying he doesn't actually brake much. He's got the car set up, or his driving style, another purple sector for him. He's got his driving style set up so he doesn't brake much, he just lets off, throws the car into the corner, and allows the car to brake itself using the slide. And sometimes works. Unfortunately for Luke, sometimes it doesn't. He does go quicker overall. I'm glad we stuck with him. It was looking like a quick lap. All 3 purple sectors. 1:21.648 for Luke. Oh, Weiss and Luke both running it off track there. More drivers. Flipping heck, this is going to be chaos tonight. Dear. Almost every shot there's like a driver disappearing off into the sand. Weiss just getting himself back on. Rob Scott in the chocolate car, sitting in 10th at the minute, 1:23.3. So 6 minutes, almost halfway through this qualifying session. Let's just have a quick run through the order. So Luke Doherty holds into that top spot. He's actually gone quicker again. Oh no, that's that 6:48. Yeah, that's the one. So Bigsy almost 2/10 down. 1:21.8 for Bigsy, 2nd place. Zach Blackwell 411 in 3rd. 1:22.2. So half a second back for Blackwell. Let's see what he's got. Now they start finish straight now. Bit of a toe. Is that Bajonski in front? I think he's gaining a toe from. A bit slower that lap. Still 3rd though, not anymore. D-Dot just takes that off him with a 1:22.095. So he slots himself into 3rd position on the grid. Pushes Zach down a position into 4th. Bajonski 5th, 1:22.6. P. Gibb in 6th. He's on a 1:22.6. Cutler 182. PlayStation, you've got to ban people from changing PSNs. So Cutler 182, whatever that means, is in 7th with the 1:22.697. KBL 8th, he's on a 122.7. Wise 9th, we've just seen him do a bit of off-roading, 122.8.31. RA320 in 10th, 123.326. 11th place for Rob Scott at the minute, 123.3 in the chocolate car. There it is, great big dairy milk down the side. Look at that. Get demonetised now. Not that I am monetised. Thunder Rat at the back of the pack at the minute. 123.683 for Thunder Rat. And here's the man. So he might wear his tyres out, but his brakes come back in perfect condition. Let's see how he gets on through the tighter turns. With that style of all or nothing, no braking. A little brake. But yeah, he's not using masses of it, to be perfectly honest. Not giving it full brake, at least little tiny dabs. And he is just allowing that car to sling itself around. I know a lot of the drivers like this first race setup. As I say, they're not got to worry about fuel depletion or tyre wear. They can just go hell for leather for 15 minutes. Oh, a little bit of an off-road excursion, not too far though. Only 2 wheels on the sand. What's he got? It's a bit slower. It's 123.1. So 10 minutes into quali, 5 minutes remaining. Luke Doherty still holding that top spot. Big Z still second. He's not managed to better that 121.8. Blackwell 411 still third, 121.9. Gone a bit quicker. Oh, he's off track now though. Where are you going? D-Dot back down into 4th. So Zach gaining his position back he had earlier. RA320 putting in little purple sectors. Let's see what he's got as he comes across the line. What is he? Oh, he's only just back from D-Dot. I didn't see the gap. Oh, he goes second. 121.674, so he's only 26 thousandths back from Luke Doherty. 200ths. So he pushes everyone down a spot then. RA320 into second. So Blackwell 411 now 4th, D-Dot 5th. Slow at the minute, D-Dot. Weiss has got himself up to 6th, so he's put in a 122.3. Pajonski, 122.4 for Pajonski into 7th. It's an interesting livery you're rocking tonight there, Pajonski. So Cutler 182 in 8th. Gone a bit quicker, 122.5. Thunder Rat 9th. Again, gone a little bit quicker, 122.6 for Thunder Rat. Was sitting at the back of the pack now, 9th. 2 wheels on the sand. And it's those little hillocks just as he's coming into that section you've just got to be careful of if you do run off track. Definitely don't want to be hitting those. So P. Gibb now 10th, 122.6. Push back down the grid. I did have a 6th spot on the grid earlier. A few of the drivers managing to go quicker though. Dan KBL also. He's back on an out lap, so he's gone for, I don't know why, no tyre wear. Sitting in 11th, Rob Scott 12th. Wow, and now we're missing a driver. Why? Missing a driver. Come back. Random driver. So holding on to that pole at the minute then, Luke. 1 minute 46 remaining. He will definitely see another lap. Let me have a quick slurp of coffee before it all kicks off. You may see one or two. He's gone quicker again as Luke Doherty, trying to cement that top spot. So a slight feather of the brake just as he comes in. Someone else taking out a corner marker or something. Can he go quicker than Luke? No, not quite. Not quite. He still holds on to that pole position currently. Less than a minute remaining. He is over the line. So RA320 should get across the line as well. Bigsy. So he has gone quicker. 121.792 there. Oh, that's ruined it for him. Zach then fourth. 30 seconds remaining. Can he go quicker? 16, 17. He's a little bit down at the minute. Yeah, 122.6. So just 10 seconds remaining on qualifying. Doherty looks like he's going to take that top spot. He's quicker again. So he did lose a bit of time around this final turn on that last lap we were watching him. He's got a tiny bit of time in hand. Can he now go quicker? 18, 19, 20. He does. 121.587. So right on the button then. RA320, he's on his best lap. Can he make it any quicker than Luke Doherty's? Not like that, he can't. So 40 seconds remaining on the countdown, just to see, allow these guys to try and get around and finish their laps. RA320 slings it in, final turn. Maybe lost a bit of time, and again losing time through there. Yeah, it gives us a handbrake across the line for show anyway. Cheers RA320, so that is pretty much end of quali, 10 minutes remaining, nobody else anywhere near finishing. So Luke Doherty takes pole position, RA320 second, Bigsy in third, Blackwell in fourth, P-Gib fifth, going quicker actually in the end, 122.0. D-Dot in sixth, Cutler seventh, Weiss eighth, Pajonsky ninth. Let me just stretch that a little bit more. A little bit. Dan KBL in 10th, Thunderrat 11th, Rob Scott in 12th, and yeah, there was 13, now down to 12 drivers. So 15-minute sprint round Willow Springs, Big Willow. Let's see who can keep it on the black stuff. Luke Doherty going to lead us away. Can't see any lights, can you? They're away now. Good start from everyone. So, through turn one, cleanly so far, into turn two. We've got Bigsy firing himself up the inside of RA320 already, looking for that second position. RA320 is going to have the inside line into this next turn. This is where it's all could go horribly wrong, depending how close they are. Bigsy's had to back out of that one. Blackwell 411's come for an attack. He's now slingshotted himself up the inside for third. So Big C trying to get that position back, has to slot himself back into fourth. P. Gibb in fifth then, hot on the tail of that little fight in front. Oh, who's that? Weiss. Weiss going for an excursion. Tries to get himself back on track. There he is now. So he's down in 11th, and D-Dot, looks like D-Dot's having an off somewhere. He's now down in 12th and 3.1 seconds back. Let's see if he can make anything of this race. Right, back up front, Luke Doherty. There you go, 1.7 second lead already. I'm sure we saw drivers off track there. Blackwell 411 into second. He's got half a second himself over Bigsy into third. P. Gibb up into fourth as well. Dan KBL now fifth. What has happened to... Where's he gone? That was RA320. What's happened to RA320? He's now down at the very back of the pack. So I've missed him go for a little bit of a dirt excursion. He's now 3.6 seconds behind D-Dot. D-Dot's still got 2.4 seconds to try and catch up with Weiss as well. Weiss also been off track. And Weiss has still just got himself bolted onto the back of this pack. He actually went off lap 1. I think we've got drivers off behind again. Who's that? D-Dot off again through the awkward... It's not a hairpin, but yeah, it's an awkward turn. So I can imagine Luke Doherty, 2.5 second lead. Putting on a masterclass for us at the minute. Let's go for a little lap on board with him. Let's go for one of these views. So into this first turn, keep it on track. As mentioned earlier, Luke does like this first race setup, the all-out thrashathon, 15 minutes. So holding fastest lap as well at the minute, Luke. So into this awkward section, we've just seen D-Dot go off through here, so up the hill. Got to be careful not to run it wide there. And then yeah, it's kind of a blind turn, this one. You never quite know where to turn in. Yeah, it thins out a little bit, can cause, as we've seen, drivers to run off track. Weiss also getting it a little bit wrong through here. He went for his dirt excursion, cutting out that whole corner. Now Luke Doherty, a 4-second lead. That's the big queue of minis behind him. They'll be wondering how he's doing it. So a slight feather through that turn. Let's see what happens. There's a bit more braking from Blackwell 411 into that turn. So that in itself is just allowing Luke to extend his lead. And now there's a big punch up for second and third. Big Z having to go defensive from Dan KBL. P. Gibb just in that fight as well. Oh, Dan almost getting his nose down the inside there. Let's see if they can get back up the inside into this big, long right-hander. A little bit far back. He might come under a bit of threat from P. Gibb. Holds onto it into the awkward section. Let's just stick with them through here. Cleanly through, Big C cleanly through, Dan's cleanly through. Yeah, so that is the most awkward section on the track. So Weiss still in with a shout in this race, sitting in 9th. Getting it all wrong in the early stages. Luke now 5 seconds out front. What is going on, Luke? What are you doing? Have you got a secret set of softs on there that nobody's seen? You just covered them up with that great big M. That's or you've painted over your fuel gauge and you're actually only running half a tank. Something going on. So Blackwell 411 coming under pressure from Bigsy. Dan KBL just in the background there as well. Pete Gibb now pushed down to 6th. Oh, sorry, 5th. No, it's 5th. Colours in 6th. So we're coming through that long right-hander. Purple sectors for Zach at the minute. I can see Bigsy coming under pressure from Dan KBL in the background. He's keeping himself in touch with Blackwell though. Exploring all that track. Pete Gibbs got wide in the background. Got himself back on track, but he's got himself wide on the other corner as well. Sorry Pete Gibb, I shouldn't laugh. That's going to allow Cutler to come past. I did say it was going to be a bit of a dirt excursion, and it has been. So we've got a great big punch up now for this second position. A little bit of door banging between Bigsy and Dan KBL. Still, Bigsy's run himself a tiny bit wide. That's going to lose him time to Blackwell. Put him under more pressure from Dan KBL behind as they come into this first turn. He's managed to keep a bit of speed actually, Bigsy. Gets himself out of the danger. Oh, he's cutting all that track off. He's having to go a little bit defensive from Dan in the background. You can see there just trying to take the inside line. So great little battle here at the minute. Meanwhile, Luke Doherty pulling another 0.8 of a second, 0.9 of a second now. Bigsy, in the meantime, closes back up onto Blackwell. Getting under braking. Oh, a little bit of a love tap. That's slowed Bigsy down. That's going to put him under pressure. No, put him under loads of pressure. So much so, Dan KBL just comes through. Flash of the lights from Dan KBL, trying to put Blackwell 411 off a little bit into this final turn. Luke Doherty then leading 6.2 seconds down the road. Let's go and see how he's getting on. There he is, nice and easy winning. But this will put him in a bit of strife in race 2. I mean, he starts from the back of the pack. Oh, he's run himself a little bit wide there. Kept it on track though. And he will carry over success ballast as well from this race. So Zach managed to defend, hold on to that second. Dan KBL still third. Bigsy's not managed to get that position back. So Cutler in 5th. Podjonski, what's happened to Pete Gibb? He's lost all sorts of places. Podjonski in 6th, Thunder at 7th. He's starting to pile the pressure on. Podjonski in front as well, in fact. And Pete Gibb has just been overtaken by RA320 Racing. He's down in 9th now. So losing a few positions. Pete Gibb, it was 5th. Now 9th. D-Dot in 10th. So a couple of off-track excursions himself as D-Dot. And Rob Scott, I think, has also had a bit of an excursion. We've lost another driver as well. Who've we lost? Let's have a look. I've got Rob Scott, I've got Pete Gibb, Dan KBL, Podjonski. Is it Weiss? Have we lost Weiss? I think we have. Yeah, looks like Weiss has decided it's not for him. Maybe too many off-road excursions for him. So Luke Doherty nearly 6 seconds out front. We've still got this punch-up going on for second. Blackwell 411 being hunted down by Dan KBL. Bigsy holding on to 4th, throwing that mini into that turn. Right. board with Dan KBL. Is he going to try and make a move past Blackwell? Blackwell trying to hug that inside line. Dan KBL is going to try and run around the outside. Blackwell puts his car right where it needs to be. Nowhere for Dan KBL to go. Holds it onto that inside line as well. Just enough for Dan KBL to have to go around the outside. I don't think he's going to go slingshotting down the inside here. Now carries a bit of speed out of the first turn. Now can't get himself up by the side of Blackwell either. It's a little bit wide, allows Blackwell to escape a tiny bit. Still with him though. So Cutler has now got himself up into fourth. What has happened to Bigsy? He's had a bit of an off-road excursion by the looks of it. He's now down in 8th position. I should keep my eye on the mini-map and watch people go spinning off into oblivion. So Cutler's got himself up into 4th, 2.8 seconds down from Dan KBL. Just under 3 minutes remaining of race 1. Luke Doherty comfortably out front. 7-second lead. It's disgusting. Dan KBL still under threat from Blackwell 411 still under threat from Dan KBL. What's he got? 2 laps left. Can he hold on to that? Is it a strategic move by Dan KBL just to stick with him, hold on to the 3rd place and carry less weight over into race 2? It is a ploy that is used by some of these drivers. So gaining sort of good points for the 3rd place, but not having to carry as much weight into race 2. So Cutler, just keeping it on track. He's lost a bit of time to those in front, so he's now got 3.5 seconds to Dan KBL. That's a big gap to try and make up before the end of this race. Pajonski's got himself up into 5th. 4.3 back. Thunderat also 6th. It's just a second back from Pajonski. He's lost another 10th through there. RA320, I thought he was just about to go off-roading. He's got himself back up into 7th. Down at the back of the pack. Bigsy also been off late on in this race, so he's now down in 8th position. P. Gibb 9th. A lot of these drivers going for a bit of an off-road adventure. D. Dot being one of those. Rob Scott as well. But looks like these two are going to have a good little fight towards the end. A minute remaining on the clock. They're going to be side by side coming down. Rob Scott slings it down the inside. D. Dot tries to slingshot back down the inside and nearly throws himself down pit lane. So nowhere for Rob Scott to go. Let's get ourselves back up to race leader. .3-second lead. How, Luke? How is that possible? These other lads will want training sessions for you for this first round. So they are still kicking it off for that last place. I'm just looking on the mini-map. They are still neck and neck, as is 2nd and 3rd. Luke Doherty then around that final turn. He's confidently taken this one. Stormed it in qualifying and has absolutely run away with it in the first race. So taking the win. Zach Blackwell coming home in 2nd. Dan KBL is going to finish 3rd. Cutler 182 is going to finish 4th. Great big handbrake across the line from him. Thank you. Pajonski's going to finish 5th. Thunderat 6th, RA320 7th, Bigsy 8th, P. Gibb in 9th. Oh, Rob Scott and D. Dots. Swarm's kicking up dust. I think it was Rob Scott. I don't think D. Dots got there. No. So Rob Scott comes home 10th, D. Dot comes home 11th, and yes, we lost Weiss in race 1. I think he had far too many off-roading moments. It's a bit of a shame. It is an awful track. I absolutely detest it. For exactly that reason. If you do go off track, it takes you forever to get back on, by which time it's like, they're all gone. Unless other people are running themselves off track, which actually a few people did tonight. But it can be a bit disheartening just running yourself off track all the time, and obviously Weiss has decided enough is enough, not having it. So he's bailed. Fair enough. Luke Doherty, evening. I can imagine you're happy. We'll see how you are after race 2. See whether you're happy after race 2. Phil Gibb. Oh, I didn't roll it over. I didn't see anyone launch it into space. That's, you know, maybe someone can give us a demonstration of the jumps in the break between the 2 races. So, Luke Doherty, Blackwell 411 and Dan KBL all carry over extra weight into race 2. So the car is set at 1,050 kilos. I think I'm going to flag this. Third place has to put in 185. 1,085 kilos, so an extra 35 kilos. Second place has to put in 47 extra kilos, so takes it up to 1097. First place has to put in 1107 kilos of weight. I think that's right. I'm sure Cutler will correct me in the chat in a second, because somebody will go, I don't know how much weight to put in. But yes, if someone's going to go and launch over a ramp, give me a shout and I'll find you. We'll go and watch you launch over a ramp. Luke Doherty going to be popping out War and Peace in a second. I'll say in a second. Hit the bank and launched onto what? Onto what? 2 wheels. Game over. Ah, Phil Gibb. I didn't see that. I saw you lost a lot of time. Yeah, just saying, it's not the greatest track if you know, if you're not quite used to it. I'm sure once you've had a bit of practice, it's lovely. But me personally, bleh, dirty track. May as well put dirt tyres on, I think. Yeah, do that. Do that. So yes, top 3 have to carry the extra weight over. Luke Doherty happy in the chat. He's rolling rawhide, but we'll see how he's getting on in race 2. Extra weight, starting from the back. Tyre wear, fuel depletion is on. What we got it set at, tyre wear times 8, fuel depletion times 6. So Luke Doherty, maybe he needs to think about changing his strategy up for race 2 only. Because race 1 strategy is working a charm, but race 2, not so much. The driving style of race 1, obviously, well, you'll see if you've been paying attention to the league. Luke Doherty really doesn't like tyres in race 2. Really doesn't like tyres. There it is on screen, the Dust Bowl that is Willow Springs. Next week we're at a very similar track for the finals. We are at Goodwood. You can disappear well off into the long grass and go and visit the plains on the infield. Again, can take you an awful long time to get back on track. And the chicane as well. Oh, the amount of people that usually smash into the wall on the way in and the way out. It's almost as bad as the chicane of death, except there's less death involved in this one. Doherty's already launched it over a mound, obviously. But yes, you need to, you definitely need to think about chopping up your strategy for race 2, Luke. As I say, race 1 strat, it's working a charm, an absolute charm, but race 2, that driving style, use the brake maybe, use the brake. I wasn't sure if you were sandbagging a little bit, actually, Dan, there, a little bit. Not sure whether you could have taken Blackwell at any point. Strategic move, fair play to you, you know, don't think there's any rules against it, away you go. You watch, unsubscribe. God, that's Dan KBL. It's not. It's Blackwell 411 comes streaming through the camera there. Get the final turn a little bit wrong, I think. Nice. The red wine, you know. That's the one. Heavyweight. Luke. I nearly said that and it would have come out like Star Wars. I was going to say, Luke, use the brakes. Use the brakes, Luke. And it's whatever his name and number is. He's turned off his targeting. What have you done, Luke? Someone can pop his colour and number in the chat there. Can't they? There's bound to be a bigger Star Wars nerd out there than me. I think most people are going to be driving a three-wheeler by about lap 3 or 4 here, mate. Especially around the turn 2 and the final turn. So much pressure on those poor outer tyres. They will be absolutely in agony around this circuit. Yeah, the left-hand tyres will be painful. There you go, Luke Doherty. What's the weight? I've already told you. 1085, 1097, 1107. Watch. You watching? Watch. Blam, blam. That's. Now, I suppose I could have pulled out on the website. Just blagged to you lot that I knew it. But that's not what happened. I'm not a blagger. Maybe a little bit. But not on that. Pole position should get 5 tons, says Big Z. maybe just a couple of passengers. Bigsy, 5 tons, a little bit excessive. Yeah, finals at Goodwood next week. Very sort of a similar circuit. It's just a strip of tarmac in a great grassy field. There are some fences to catch yourself on the outside. Not a lot on the inside though. So we are pretty much about ready to start race 2. I'm just going to wait for Chris Cutler to give us the everyone to track. There it is. Everyone's track. Let's go. Good racing. Let's have it. Race 2. So different tyres being used already. D-Dots on mediums, Cutler on the softs. Driftertron for Dan. Now off-roading. It's varied, I like it. So, reverse grid. 25-minuter. The top 3 from race 1, sitting at the back of the pack, all carrying extra weight as well. The success ballast rule into play here. So D-Dot's going to lead us away, Rob Scott's second. See if they all got away well. Again, no lights on screen. And away they go. Great big pile of wheel spin for D-Dot. A good start for Rob Scott. A great start for P. Gibb. He's trying to fire himself down the middle and take that top spot into turn 1, which he does just about. Slings himself around the inside of Rob Scott. D-Dot's gone wide. RA320's gone wide. Back on track now though. So P. Gibb getting himself up into top spot. Rob Scott second. Bigsy getting himself up into third. So finishing down the order at the end of race 1 after a little bit of off-track action. Coming under pressure from Thunder Rat though. Thunder Rat, a little bit of bump through there, but Bigsy keeps it on track. Comes back at him around this right-hander as well. Unfortunately, Bigsy has to slot himself into 4th. Tries to chuck himself down the inside of there as well. Doesn't work out for him. Pajonski into 5th. D-Dot 6th. So running off track in turn 1 for D-Dot. And KBL 7th. Carrying the extra weight from race 1. Blackwell also carrying that extra weight. Doherty carrying all the weight. 1107 kilos he's carrying. He's up into 9th. Cutler 10th. Lights on, looking good round at Willow tonight. Everyone keeping it. Oh, I say everyone keeping it clean. Someone's gone. It's Bigsy. I'm not sure whether he meant to come into the pits there, but he's in. Cars come screaming through there, chucking up the dirt. So P. Gibb up front, 1.9 second lead over second place Rob Scott. Under a lot of pressure from Thunder Rat for that second position. Billy evening, just in time for race 2. So Pajonski 4th then. Thunder Rat running a little bit wide. Pajonski running around the outside of Thunder Rat. It's a great move by Pajonski. He's had to jam the brakes on though to stop himself running wide. So Dan KBL gets himself through. Pajonski has to slot back into 5th. Let's get some info up. 6th place. RA3 27th, Blackwell 411 side by side with him as they run through there. Just has to back off, tries to throw it back down the inside for Blackwell 411. Hot on the heels of that fight as well. Luke Doherty's got it wrong somewhere. He's now all the way down in 10th, 3.5 seconds down. So the extra weight's starting to come into play for Luke Doherty, and next gen Bigsy down in 11th after that pit stop. I say I don't even know if that was shouldn't have been a pit stop. I think he just got it wrong through turn 1, and unfortunately if you get it so far wrong on turn 1 you end up in pit lane, and there you go. So comfortable lead for P. Gibb at the minute, 3.9 seconds. He's out on a set of soft tyres, holding 3/4 of a tank. Yes, Luke did smoke everyone. He's not getting on so well in race 2. He's down in 10th position at the minute, and he's hurting his mediums with the extra weight. So it is a mixed bag for Luke. He does get good results in race 1. Not so good in race 2 with the tyre wear then added on. Seems to be the bit that hurts him. So P. Gibb nearly just flick over that 4-second mark, 4.1. He's extending. Thunder Rat Dan KBL battling it out for 2nd. They were side by side, just to be flicked over to them. Ah, Thunder Rat's run wide. Why don't you give me more camera shots like that, PlayStation, you swine? Loses a couple of positions then. Bajonski gets through, and Rob Scott gets through. Blackwell 4-1 slings himself up the inside as well through that long right-hander. Thunder Rat then pushed down to 6th position from 3rd. He's still in with a shout though. Cutler's trying to get that position off him. Tries to chuck it up the inside. Thunder Rat's going to have the inside line into this turn, but can Cutler run it around the outside? I don't think he's carrying enough speed. Thunder Rat just chops him off. Not having that. RA320 then just off the back of that little pack, 1.2 seconds. There we go, there the shots we want, PlayStation. And then D Dot, he's down in 9th, 6.3 seconds back. Bigsy 4.8 seconds back from D Dot, and Luke Doherty now all the way down at the back of the pack, another 4.5 seconds back from Bigsy, even though Bigsy's had a pit stop. Luke Doherty's been in for a stop as well. He's come out on a set of super softs. He's not messing about anymore. He's looking for those fast times and the grip, but it will mean a couple of extra stops for him. So P. Gibb, he's lost all that lead. He's down to 1.8 seconds. Must have got it wrong somewhere for that time to come down so much. Dan KBL closing that gap. Johnski into that 3rd position. Rob Scott 4th. Thunder Rat's got himself back up into 5th. So Dan Blackwell 411 has got it wrong somewhere as well. So he's down in 6th now, under pressure from Cutler 182. Let's get ourselves on board with Cutler, chasing down that little pack of minis in front. We've got Blackwell, Thunder Rat and Rob Scott all for the taking if Cutler can make it work. He's out on a set of softs, and not a lot of wear on those either. But Blackwell 411 and Dan KBL not doing too bad considering they're carrying the extra weight. Rob Scott and Thunder Rat side by side through the final turn. Rob Scott just about keeping it on track. Thunder Rat slots himself through. Blackwell slots himself through. Just catches Rob Scott, pushes him out wide. Slows him down. Allows Cutler to come flying past Blackwell 411 easily into 5th position then for Cutler. Blackwell 411 down in 6th. Rob Scott back on track into 7th. And now under pressure from RA320 behind. got a bit of breathing room. Doherty slightly further back though, has managed to catch up. Oh, he's managed to overtake Bigsy again actually. Those racing super softs, even though he's only put them on a lap or two ago, have taken a beating already. But lap times down to 1:23.0. Purple sectors as well for Luke Doherty. So we'll see how that strategy plays out for him later on in the race. But the tyre wear might just be too much for him, unless he changes his style of driving, which is no braking. It works in. It works quite well in this league actually. It works quite well in the GR3s on Wednesdays as well. They've got the same rule. Not sure they should carry the weight over from race 2 in this one into race 1 next week though. I think that's that doesn't quite work for me. So P. Gibb managed to extend his lead back up to 3.7 seconds. Dan KBL now coming under a bit of pressure from Pajonsky. Those racing softs have taken a hammering though, as have Dan KBL's. I didn't quite see P. Gibbs. A fair bit of wear on those, not quite as much on the outer left, the front left. So Cutler gets himself up into 4th. Blackwell 411, 1.9 seconds down in 5th. Another 2.7 down for RA320. He's got himself past Rob Scott. So Thunderrat now 8th position, almost running it off track, as has Luke Doherty into 9th. Oh, Bigsy has just run it off track though on the mediums in 10th position. So he gets it back on track, but loses a lot of time. D-Dot at the back of the pack. He's been in for a fresh set of tyres. 4.8 seconds down from Bigsy. He's gone for another set of softs. Filled himself full of fuel as well. So P. Gibb yet to stop. Plenty of fuel on board. His soft's starting to take a bit of a hammering now. Just under 50 minutes remaining. Will he try and run to the halfway point? Couple of minutes left for that. Cutler's got himself up into 2nd. Look at the difference in tyre wear between Cutler and P. Gibb, and any of the other drivers, to be perfectly honest. So I'll flick back to Pajonsky and Dan KBL. Pajonsky actually getting himself past Dan KBL. A lot more tyre wear on those softs. They have been battling, but Cutler's, he still had to make his way through. Did start 4th from the back, Cutler. So even the mediums of Blackwell 411's tyres have got as much, if not more, than Cutler's softs. More than. So can Cutler chop the gap down between himself and P. Gibb? 4.9 seconds currently. A couple of the drivers stopping early. Whoa, Cutler's run himself off track. He gets it back on. Oh, who's that else? That's Pajonsky. He does come into the pits. Blackwell 411 comes through as well, takes 4th. We will see these drivers in a lap or two. The tyre wear is going to be costing them too much time. You can see P. Gibbs' times have gone for low 123s, 124s. He's now off track as well, just on the exit of that 2nd turn. Here's Cutler. Half as much tyre wear, if not less than P. Gibbs in front. So he's chopped out about half a second. He's got a second. He's got it down to 3.9 seconds, Cutler. Dan KBL, he'll be in at the end of this lap. He's got Very little fuel, and those tyres have taken a hammer in. Blackwell 411 into 4th. Again, he's got a little bit more fuel left. Might be able to run an extra lap. He's out on the mediums. His fuel just flicks over to the red. Rob Scott again. Maybe get another lap out of that. P. Gibb in now. Dan KBL's come in as well. Couple of stops out. He decided not to go for the early stop. He's going to go for another lap. Plenty of fuel, plenty of tyre wear left at least. Blackwell 411 trying to follow suit. 5 seconds back at the minute. Rob Scott as well. He hangs it out for another lap. 3rd place for him. Another 4.3 seconds back in 3rd. P. Gibb back out the pits in 4th. 7.6 seconds back from 3rd place. 16.7 seconds down from race leader. But now has stopped. Pajonski 5th after his stop on the super softs. He's another 6 seconds down. So D-Dot in 6th. He stopped a couple of laps ago out on the soft tyres. Half a tank of fuel on board for him. Dan KBL 7th. He's come out on a fresh set of softs. He's gone for pretty much a full tank. A Thunder Rat on an outlap. Oh, he runs himself wide. Gets himself back on track. Nearly fired himself into oblivion off that hill. So the fresh tyres causing issues for Thunder Rat there. On his outlap, sitting in 9th position. Cutler comes in the pits this lap then. We'll see whether he holds on to that position or whether P. Gibb comes through in a second. Big Z 10th, so we'll see him in at the end of this lap. RA 320 now at the back of the pack. 11th, he stopped a couple of laps ago as well. P. Gibb does retake the lead of the race. Pajonski, does he take 2nd? Yes, he does, coming through with a lot more pace than Cutler leaving the pits. So he gets himself up into 2nd. D-Dot 3rd. Again, stopped quite early, D-Dot. See whether he can make those tyres last. He's under pressure from a freshly pitted Cutler 182. See closing that gap down already, Cutler. Down the inside, nice and easily. D-Dot then down into 4th. Cutler close that gap all the way down on Pajonski. Half a second between them. Pajonski obviously having a little bit of trouble getting past D-Dot, I think maybe. Oh no, he was past him before the pit lane. So Pajonski looks like he might have had a bit of an off somewhere. Even with the super soft tyres, which should be running quicker. Cutler piling the pressure on then. Less than 2/10 between them. Chucks himself down the inside. Carries the speed through the final turn as well. A great bit of driving from Cutler 182. So Pajonski 3rd. D-Dot 4th. And KBL 5th. Rob Scott in 6th. Blackwell 7th. Luke Doherty 8th. He will have to stop again. Oh, he might try and make those last. He might not now. Thunder at 9th. RA 320 in 10th. Big Z after his stop. Big Z, did you not take on board fuel? He's out on the super softs. But 8.5 minutes remaining. He's got less than a quarter of a tank on. I'm not sure why Big Z's not taking on board fuel. Bit of a random one. P. Gibb then. Nice and safe out front. 8-second lead over Cutler 182 at the minute. So managed to get himself into top spot into turn 1. Purple sector for him as well. He's just got purple lap of the race as well. Fastest lap of the race, 1:23.064. So he's looking for another one here. What's he got? Keeps it clean on the exits. Doesn't kick up all the sand and muck and dust of 17 other drivers we've witnessed. And does, puts in another fastest lap of the race, 1:22.7. Going for maximum points in race 2 then, P. Gibb. Cutler, nothing he can do about P. Gibb in front, losing more time, 9 seconds the gap. Johnski overtaken down in third now. Dan KBL fourth. D-Dot, oh D-Dot, been in the pits, fresh set of mediums. Unfortunately losing a position just as he comes out of the pits, down into sixth. Rob Scott getting past him. Blackwell 411 in seventh. So stopped a couple of laps ago. They're carrying their extra weight from race one. Thunder at eighth now. He's having a little bit of a lap race of his own at the minute. 11 seconds in front to Blackwell, 5.5, nearly 6 seconds back to Luke Doherty, who is battling it out with RA320 for that position. So he has stopped again, gone for another set of super softs. He'll run those to the end, I would expect. 6.5 minutes remaining. So RA320 into 10th, and Big Z not far off running out of fuel. So maybe coming in for a fresh set of boots and tyre and fuel all at the same time. He'll have to come in. D-Dot's coming as well. Final turn for Big Z. He's not out of fuel yet, he pretty much is though. Into the pits he comes. So back on to P. Gibb, race leader. Still got just about 9 seconds. It is still at 9 seconds between himself and second place Cutler. Oh, runs himself a little bit wide through there. Loses a couple of tenths to first place. Dan KBL, 3.8 seconds back. Bit of work for him to do to try and close that gap up without a mistake from Cutler in front. His tyre's a bit worn out as well. I don't think he's going to be putting any pressure on Cutler for that position. Rob Scott in fourth. Pajonski, unfortunately, oh, he's stopped. Okay, so he's coming for a fresh set of super softs. Pajonski, I thought he was losing positions due to those super softs that he'd stopped on earlier. But yes, I've just seen the outlap above his name. So comes back out in fifth. Super soft tyres to run till the end. He's not able to get past Rob Scott on the softs at the minute, but he might be able to do it around this long right-hander. Closes up a little bit on Rob Scott. Heading down to the awkward section, up the hill, over the brow. So again, the extra grip just allowing Pajonski to stick with Rob Scott and try and make a move through there. Nearly got into a collision with Rob Scott, managed to avoid it though. So he might be able to carry enough speed to get alongside down the final turn here. Rob Scott doing a great job on those few lap old softs in front. Just stick with Pajonski for a little bit more, see if he... Oh, Rob Scott's got it a bit wrong. Pajonski slots himself up the inside. Maybe just ran himself a little bit deep there, did Rob Scott. Pajonski not letting an opportunity like that go to waste. Chucks himself up the inside. Fourth place for him at the minute. He's now got to try and hunt down Dan KBL. But P. Gibb still leading 8.5 seconds. His tyre's starting to take a bit of a hammering now. Cutler behind again, doing a great job of conserving those tyres. Closing that gap up 7.8 seconds. 5 minutes remaining. Dan KBL losing time then. His tyres starting to slow him down a little bit. He's got Pajonsky only 3.4 seconds back. Rob Scott as well, still hanging on to that 4th place position. Less than half a second back. He's doing a good job on those softs. They have taken a bit of a hammering now. Blackwell 411 actually closing up on that pack. 1.8 seconds the gap between himself and 5th place. Doherty not doing too bad. 7th, started from the back of the pack, carrying the extra weights. He's gone for the super soft strategy. Did come out on a set of mediums for his first stint. Decided to chuck the super softs on. Sitting in 7th at the minute. He has been off track a few times, as has most of the drivers. So D-Dot 8th after his late stop, out on a set of mediums. Thunder at 9th. He's 1.6 back, but on a worn set of softs, pretty much out of fuel. Yeah, a lap to go. Should make that. RA320 in 10th. 8 seconds down at the minute. So he came out of the super soft. He's about out of fuel as well, but this will pretty much be last lap. Not for the front runners, I wouldn't have thought. I can imagine they're coming around now. Big Z at the back of the pack at the minute, unfortunately, 24.4 seconds back. So jump on board with race leader. Gap down to 6.5, 50 seconds remaining on the clock. That will be final lap as P. Gibb crosses the line. Still holding on to that fastest lap as well, 1:22.724 for P. Gibb. 6.5 seconds lead over 2nd place Cutler. But Pajonsky getting himself past Rob Scott into... Oh, it's still on. Dan KBL losing out. Pajonsky trying to lose a penalty side by side with Rob Scott as they come into this long right-hander. Rob Scott actually getting the advantage. Pajonsky just got to drop that penalty again. That's going to... I was going to say that's going to put him under pressure from Dan KBL, but not with those tyres. Dan KBL is actually going to come under pressure from Zach before the end of this race. Only half a second between them. A lot of wear on Dan KBL's car as well. And D-Dot might get... has he just got himself past Luke Doherty? You think he has? Yes, he has. RA320's finished then. So P. Gibb, comfortable second race for P. Gibb. He's going to finish with about a 5-second lead. Cutler was able to close that gap down pretty well. He would have liked another 5 minutes, I can imagine. Bit of a swerve down the track for P. Gibb. Nice and comfortable win for him. Cutler comes home in 2nd position. Flash of the lights. 5.3 seconds back in the end. Rob Scott in 3rd. What's that noise? Can you not hear that? Why am I getting all sorts of interference going on? So Rob Scott comes home 3rd. Pajonsky, oh, he's out of fuel. 5th. Dan KBL just sneaks through and takes that 4th position, even with the beaten up tyres and no fuel on board himself, just carrying more speed than Pajonsky. Pajonsky, unfortunately, down in 5th position. Blackwell 411 finishing 6th. Again, absolutely out of fuel for Blackwell 411. D-Dot comes home 7th. Luke Doherty 8th. Luke Doherty out of fuel. Thunderat out of fuel. I don't think we're going to have to wait for them to cross the line. So yeah, Thunderat out of fuel. RA320 coming home 11th. And Big Z 12th in that one. But yeah, some good racing. Some good off-roading. We like that. If only you didn't launch yourself in race 1. Well, there you go, P. Gibb. Well, you've got another week to put the pressure on. Sitting in third at the minute. I forget where you came about ninth, didn't you, in race 1? Whereas Cutler came fourth and second. Yeah, I think he's storming this one pretty much, hasn't he? He's too good with tyres and fuel. I don't know how you boys are going to compete. Don't know how what you need is you need Luke Doherty's race 1 strategy and Cutler 182's race 2 strategy. If you could get that nailed, you'd win every race. Whether you started first or latter, well, maybe not with the extra tyre wear and fuel, weight, etc. in race 2. We'll see. You never know. I need to drive it like a maniac, like Luke Doherty. No brakes. Watch the replay. We do a couple of laps on board with him, and he's feathering the brake a little bit, but nowhere near as much as you lot. You lot are giving it a good old stomp into some of these turns, and he's literally just resting his toes on it or something. Yeah, I think he's just using the sliding weight of the car to slow it down into the corners, and not the brake. Luke Doherty's saying he couldn't get above 126 miles an hour with that extra weight. Still didn't do bad, 8th position. He was looking for a 7th, but D-Dot just snuck past him at the end of that one. His tyre wear was too much. So, let's think about what's happening tomorrow night. We've got a team versus team. You know what? Here it is. So, it's the P1RC boys versus the Croatians again. We're driving the Corvette C7. And it's at Nürburgring GP. That is at 8:30 tomorrow night. Team versus team between P1RC and the Croatian boys, or them ones. Right. GTHR, you may have heard of them. A lot of the teams have done a lot of the groups have done a team versus team against them. So that's tomorrow night, 8:30. 8:30 on Wednesday, we're back with the GR3s, round 9 of that, the MRC Team Oliver Racing. Thursday, it's the finals of the Battle of the Groups. We are live from a wet Red Bull. Ooh. Interesting. So yeah, the finals on... thanks RA320. Love you too. No problem, Cutler. Probably going to get kicked out of the lobby now. Yeah, so the finals coming from a wet Red Bull. That should be interesting in the GR3s. Hopefully CJW Racing is back online. He's been having internet issues. So yes, hopefully CJ's with me on Thursday. Nothing Friday, nothing Saturday. I don't think. If there is, I'll obviously let you lot know. And then Sunday back for round 3 of P1RC boys again, racing the Super Formulas. That's been quite interesting. We've seen people go to the moon. We didn't realise Super Formulas could bunny hop, but they can. I've seen it. Other than that, that's what we've got coming up. So tomorrow night, got the team versus team, P1RC versus the Croatians or GTHR. Wednesday night, 8:30, the GR3 Team Oliver Racing League. Thursday, the Battle of the Groups. And then back Sunday for team versus, not the team versus team, the Super Formulas at 9 o'clock with the P1 boys. That's what I've got coming up. Other than that, I hope you've liked what you've watched. Give it a like, give it a subscribe, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's darksmoka. I'm out of here.